Okay, so a big part of the healing from relational trauma. So remember, relational trauma is born out of ruptures in these very early and important and critical relationships with our caregivers. Okay, so that is what relational trauma is born out of. And so one of the things that's really important to recognize in the healing from relational trauma is that, a big part of the healing work needs to be done then in relationship with other people. And when I talk about this with a lot of people, there's like a response like, ugh, like, are you serious? Like, I have to do this in relationship with other people. Can't I just do this on my own? So many of us have gotten conditioned to kind of just be, like we talked about, really being alone, fixing things on our own. For many of us, relationships feel incredibly hard. Like, it just feels like a burden. Like, I have to do this in relationship to others. And I just want to normalize that response. Like, that's such a common response. Yeah, it's uncomfortable to think about that, but that is also a reality. Some of this healing work is going to be on the relationship with yourself, but a big part of it's going to have to happen through corrective experiences. That's a big term, in relationship with others. Okay, so what do I mean by corrective experiences? This is what this can look like. This can mean that, we develop a relationship with a friend, we take a chance, we get very vulnerable with them. Maybe we share something that is happening to us that's kind of more private in nature. We maybe had difficulty sharing about it before for fear of judgment. And that friend is able to listen to us and love us and nurture us and be totally non-judgmental. That is a corrective experience. Now, if that happens over and over again with that friend, or with, let's say we expand that to a couple other friends, that is helping to rewire our brain. We are learning that it's safe to connect with other people, because in our experiences with our caregivers, we were taught essentially a variety of different things, one of which being, it is not safe to show my emotions. It is not safe to be vulnerable. It's not safe to express my needs. It's not safe to reach out for love and nurturing. It's not safe to ask for physical touch. We were rejected, in many of these attempts, right? We were taught that it's not safe to be in really close relationship with others. Very early on, we were taught this. So this is really important to recognize. So yeah, these corrective experiences are critical. It can happen with friends. I just gave an example of that. Really important to, it can happen with the people that we're in relationship with, like spouses or partners. So let's say we tell them, hey, I'm just needing a little bit of space right now. There's a part of me that really needs to be alone, which is what we talked about. And that partner is able to hear that and not get defensive, and to not, be quick to say, there's something going on. They're able to hear that and say, yeah, I totally hear that. Like, let me help take the kids while you kind of get out for a couple hours. What can I do to help with that? It's something maybe even more vulnerable than that. Like, hey, I'm really struggling to want to be physically intimate with you right now. I'm not sure what's going on. You may have noticed that about me, that I'm kind of bristling when you approach me about being intimate. Can we talk about this? And that partner is able to hear that and to not freak out. Okay. That's a corrective experience, to just say, to just be there and to hear us out and to be non-judgmental and loving and accepting. This is very significant. So if we have, in our workspaces, right? If we share something with our supervisor or our boss, we let them know something that we're not okay with, and ask, for their help in this, and maybe shifting something or changing something so that we feel more comfortable with something, and that boss is able to hear that. That's an even better corrective experience, because that person's actually in a position of authority over us. And if they can listen to us, and if they can be non-judgmental and supportive and have our backs, that's deeply corrective, because that's a position over us. That's kind of what that attachment figure was, right? There was a power over us in that attachment relationship. So think about this. If we have enough of these corrective experiences, like these are experiences that could be brief, 2 to 3 minutes each. If we have enough of these, we are rewiring our brains, and we are proving to ourselves, oh my gosh, it is safe to be vulnerable. It is safe to show my emotions. It is safe to speak up and share what my needs are. It is safe for me to show love and affection. It is safe for me to ask for a hug. It is safe for me to speak about things that I'm kind of ashamed about, that I've been scared to talk about. Like, this is a big part of the healing process from relational trauma. And this is why, I say, like, healing from relational trauma, this is kind of a process that never is really going to end. It's just going to continue through the rest of our lives. And every time we have one of these corrective experiences, it's like money in the bank, right? It's beautiful. Anyway, I hope that you found this helpful. Thank you for being willing to come on here to learn and grow and expand. I also just want to clarify, this is a US soccer hat. There's nothing else about this. I'm just celebrating US soccer. It's my favorite sport. Have a good rest of the day.